Meet Richard Mille, a brand born in India by a very small circle of actors, athletes and business families. Ownership is limited, and those who do have one tend to be people with both access and genuine interest. With prices for most models beginning around Rs 3 crore here, sightings are exceptionally rare. Hardik Pandya has won several RM references that reportedly cost well over Rs 5 crore. Shah Rukh Khan has been seen in an RM52. Mohanlal wears an RM30. Anant Ambani has appeared with rare tourbillons including dragon-themed pieces. A few actors like Ram Charan and a handful of next-generation business leaders complete an exclusive hard-to-access circle. So what makes this 25-year-old brand compelling enough to sit alongside and for some buyers above the established names of Swiss watchmaking? To answer that, it helps to go back to the beginning. Richard Mille, a watch industry veteran, founded his brand with a clear belief that high-end watchmaking needed to move beyond heritage and adopt the engineering principles transforming motorsport. He wanted to build a mechanical watch the way you would a race car, lighter, stronger, and designed around performance rather than tradition. The debut model, the RM001 Tourbillon, was introduced in 2001 with a launch price of around $130,000, placing it well above most conventional high-complication watches from established Swiss brands. Only 17 pieces were produced. The RM001's exposed architecture led early collectors to call the brand the world's most expensive G-Shock, a line that captured the shift Richard Mille was forcing inside high horology. One of the brand's most defining moves was to place watches on athletes during competition. Rafael Nadal played with an RM027 weighing about 20 grams. Johan Blake sprinted in an RM5901. Formula One drivers such as Felipe Massa and later Charles Leclerc wore Richard Mille pieces engineered for extreme shock and vibration, with Massa even testing early prototypes during actual races. These weren't symbolic endorsements. They allowed the company to monitor how its watches behaved under acceleration, vibration, and sudden impact. To manage those loads, Richard Mille adopted materials from aerospace and motorsport: carbon TPT, quartz TPT, graphene composites, titanium, and sapphire. These materials help reduce weight and increase rigidity, giving the watches a level of shock resistance traditional cases can't match. Inside the technical exterior, the movements are still assembled and finished by hand, maintaining the quality expected at the top end of Swiss watchmaking. For its most complex calibers, the brand works with specialists such as Audemars Piguet, Renault and Puppy, combining contemporary construction with high-precision movement development. 2 decades on, the company's lineup spans ultralight sports watches, high-complexity tourbillons, women's complications, and experimental concept pieces, all built around the same engineering-first philosophy. And despite producing barely 6,000 watches a year, Richard Mille is now the world's 6th largest watch brand by turnover, according to Morgan Stanley's annual industry report. But the brand now faces a different scrutiny, a design language some see as too familiar, and prices that some argue exceed the underlying horology. None of this, of course, diminishes its influence. It reflects the scrutiny that now comes with the name. Part engineering, part scarcity, and part marketing, the Richard Mille story remains a modern outlier in a landscape built on heritage.